Hey friends, today's video is a bit of a vulnerable one, honestly one that I'm pretty scared to make / share. I also just got over feeling sick, so I don't feel like my 100% best today. My ears are a little clogged, my voice is a little my throat's dry. But today was a filming day and I'm going to stick to it and try and just put this video out there because I feel it's important for me to put this out there, and I'm all about transparency, and honestly, I want to document this journey. And what is this journey? Well, I've come to the conclusion that I want to try and work on YouTube full-time. This has been a really difficult decision for me, but I guess I wanted to walk you through how I've kind of come up with this. So I've been a wedding photographer for over 12 years, maybe more, I don't know, I'm bad at math, but I've been doing it a really long time. And a few things have been in the back of my mind, one of which is, what am I going to do when I get older? Because I don't want to be a 50 to 60-year-old wedding photographer. And I guess context, I'm 41, so I'm not super old, but you know, I'm getting up there. So that's been one of the things. The other thing has been the pandemic. When that started, it was a very scary time for me because all I had really known up until that point was working for myself as a photographer. That's what I saw myself as. That's pretty much all I knew. I've only had like 2 real jobs before that. And so I don't have this like huge work experience like in, you know, your general workforce. And so I was struggling with a lot with like identity and what value do I bring to the world, society, etc. The pandemic showed me how vulnerable it is to work as a wedding photographer. And so I kind of went down this road mentally of who am I, what's my identity, what's going to be the next thing that I do, etc. And it wasn't until getting my ADHD diagnosis in 2023 when I realized all these systems that I put together for myself, working for myself, weren't just like weird quirks of mine or like productivity obsessions. It was ways for me to be on top of just life in general, like not letting clients down and really just being the best human I could be. And it was creating systems for myself. So then in 2024 was when I was beginning to just kind of see the things in myself that others saw, the things that I was good at. And it took me a little while, it took me a few months to get started on creating the YouTube channel. But going back to like the struggle with COVID. So after COVID, you know, like things picked back up. And honestly, last year, 2024 was the busiest photography year I'd had in a very long time. However, to be completely transparent, and this like feels scary, but I haven't had any new client inquiries for photography this year. I do have clients still throughout this year, but they are all people that booked me prior to 2025. Like, you know, with weddings, you got to book way in advance. I've been kind of pushing through it, just with like high hopes and like just keep working on the business, keep marketing, all that sort of stuff. And yesterday I came to the conclusion I'm going to put the photo business on autopilot. It feels very, very scary. It feels very scary because a lot of my identity has been to being a wedding photographer. However, everything just feels like it just feels like this is the right time. Basically, the idea is to get the business to where it's kind of just neutral. Like, I don't need to maintain very much. If new clients come in, great. Like, I'm still able to do something that is fun for me and also, you know, can make me some money. But as of right now, the photography business isn't bringing in any money for me. And I'm at a point now where I am one, looking for a job, and two, just trying to see if I can make this YouTube thing work. I'm like halfway to being monetized, and so I know I won't bring in a lot of money that way through YouTube AdSense or whatever it's called. But basically, to prevent myself from going into a depression spiral, which I've done in the past, thank you, COVID, I am trying to just acknowledge what I am in control of. I came to the conclusion I'm going to keep the photo business just there. I'm still going to take care of and photograph all the clients that I do have. If more come in, great. But I'm not going to put any more focus like marketing, like working on website stuff, like any of that. I'm not even going to bother. I'm going to focus on what I'm calling my next chapter. I'm going to continue my search for finding a job, whether it's part-time or full-time. I'm trying to find something remote, but at this point, it's just like whatever I can get. And then I'm going to like put my all into this channel and try and make more videos here. This one isn't necessarily much of a video. It's more of just like me just kind of announcing what I'm doing, but also kind of documenting this journey. I've gotten so many like DMs from people of like just encouragement and motivation, and that's kind of like what's fueling me. Okay, so with all that said, I did want to share kind of like what I've been working on. So I've got a few things I'm going to like continue to be working on, but one of the things was like, all right, I need to redo my schedule. So I opened up my calendar to-do app, which is Akiflow, and I've kind of like have got a little schedule going for myself. This is basically just like my ideal week template. This is something for me to kind of just start off with. I'll adjust as I go, but basically what I'm going to try and do is keep mornings kind of the same way. I just call it waking up. You can call it morning routine, whatever. I don't really do very many morning routine like stuff. It's literally just me kind of just waking up. I'm just not a morning person. I want to try and continue to exercise. I've been doing well with exercising, but not this past few days because of being sick. It's going to be hard to get back into it. Showering, getting ready, that sort of stuff. I'm keeping these like blank areas right now because sometimes I maybe take a little bit longer to get ready in the morning. It allows like buffer time basically. Same thing down here. After showering, maybe I'm running late, but maybe I'm not. I can start the workday early. So I'm always going to start off with like checking email, seeing if anything's coming in, if anything's urgent, if I don't have any emails to deal with, I'll just start tackling easy tasks. That's just how I work. I don't do eat the frog or anything like that. I need to start with very easy tasks to kind of get my momentum going. Otherwise, I'll just feel defeated. And then going back on like what do I have control of in this situation? Well, control is continuing to look for a job. So I've got at least 1 hour every single day where I am searching for jobs, applying for jobs, following up, that sort of stuff. So this, I've created a project. This is a time slot within Akiflow. Right now, it just has a recurring task that goes to my Notion area where I'm kind of like managing everything. But if I've got other tasks that I need to do related to the job search, I will add it within here. But to show you what I've kind of like been doing, so I made this page for myself. See, I've got the money as motivations, my vision board as well. But basically, if I find any jobs, I add them to this list, and then that's what I'll start with is I'll work on applying. I've been doing this for a few weeks to be completely transparent. And so a lot of it was working on my resume. So I've got down here like a quick button. This opens up going to my the resume website that I was using. It's a free website with Indeed. I'd recommend using it if you're looking for something free. I've found a bunch of different websites that I'll go to frequently. So if I don't have anything ready to like go and apply for in this section, I'll just go to one of these. These open up all the like different websites that I've been using. So they're just buttons within Notion that just literally open up a URL, but it just makes things easy for me to like just click on things and just start searching. And then down here, I've got like places that I've applied to with statuses and things like that. So like if I were to click here, I can go like add to list. This creates a new page. It allows me to track like what the job role is, the company name, the location. So if it's where I live or if it's remote or hybrid, the link to the job posting, the pay rate, and then I've got the application status. So if I find something but I haven't applied to it, I just leave it as not yet applied, and that's what keeps it in the other view. But then once I go to apply, I just add the applied status. It stays in progress, and I don't have a particular way of really tracking because a lot of these jobs, they're really like, they don't contact you. They're just like, if you are qualified, you'll hear from us. Otherwise, good luck. But I did get one rejection, which I felt was like, yeah, that's great. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. But I'm trying to like, after a certain point, just go and mark things as like no news. I've also got no jobs available. So if it's like an idea, like I was searching for myself, but they're not hiring, I'll just add no jobs available. Maybe it was something I was also looking into, but maybe I'm just not interested after reading the job description. And then I've got awaiting an interview, the follow-up interview, interviewed, or rejected. This is a complete status. So this means, all right, time to move on, basically. The main reason I started tracking the applications was because at a certain point, like I couldn't remember if I was applying to the same job. And so I was like, I need to just start keeping track of things. The other reason for creating this list, aside from like just keeping track, it's really to not get myself down, to be like, all right, you've applied to these places. It shows progress, even though like nothing's necessarily come out of it other than like maybe a rejection or anything like that. But it allows me to kind of see the progress that I'm making towards the job search. So that's kind of like my applications tracker. I'm still very new to Notion, and so I don't know how to make templates just yet. But if you're interested in my specific application tracker that I made, let me know in the comments and I'll look into figuring out how to make it a template. But I'm sure you can find many other free templates over on Notion's template page. Okay, so that's my like job search time block. From there, I'm diving into my lunch break. Right now, I moved my lunch break to record this video. I tend to do that. But lunch breaks are reserved for eating and then doing like mini chores around the house, litter box, refilling their food. And it's usually like related to the cats or like cleaning up the kitchen or the bathroom, just mini chores, basically. I'm still keeping Monday and Wednesdays for filming. However, I think Wednesday is going to be a long filming day, and Monday is going to be broken down to filming and video editing, mainly because I don't want to get behind on video editing. I'm really trying to strike this balance of doing videos that are very easy and like relaxed, but there is a part of me that wants to get a little more creative and add in more B-roll and that sort of stuff. And so I'm really trying to strike this balance of having a very simple edit while also fulfilling like this feeling inside of me of like wanting to learn more editing, basically. But we'll see. Right now, reserving Tuesday a block for like scripting. I don't do like crazy scripting. I basically kind of just bullet ideas and kind of just riff off of that. Although today I just hit record. After that, I've got like an hour set aside for doing email. I'm calling it like end of day wrap up. So that way, if I've got DMs to reply to, text messages, various admin things that like maybe I didn't finish early on in the day, I can kind of fit those into that area. And the great thing is with using Akiflow is if something comes up, I'm able to just plan things. So today, for instance, right now I'm in this block. I'm calling it YouTube/new chapter. But say, finish this thing. Yeah, it's a great... You'll notice that I make a lot of task examples with that sort of phrase. But say I didn't get to finish this. The great thing is I can just hit P and plan, and then I can just say like, oh, I need to do this. I'll do this at the end of the day today. And when I go to my email end of day wrap up, it'll be right in there. And so I just love Akiflow because you can just move tasks within time blocks. And so I'm hoping that with my schedule next week that I'm going to start working on it next week. This week, I'm mainly just kind of just trying to figure out how to kind of get this going basically. But the plan is next week, go to this schedule. And then, yeah, I've got like open blocks because I'm still figuring this out, but that is my current life update. And so I guess I'm going to end this with, if there are new YouTubers out there who have any tips, please let me know in the comments. Or if you are established, if you've got any tips as well, that would be amazing. Job search tips as well would be incredible, but also any encouragement is also appreciated. It gives me the fuel to like keep pursuing this because I am really excited about this next chapter in my life. But if you made it to the end, thank you so much. If you've been subscribed for however long, I really appreciate you. Thanks again. Take care. Bye, y'all.